Oh shit, my phone.
Oh yeah.
That was close.
Oh yeah.
Hey, the Buddha.
Yeah. Welcome back, everyone, to Talking Time with Caffeine, the only podcast where we talk about stuff.
The only podcast where I eat dinner pretty much every episode.
Where you eat pant every episode.
Where you get skunted every episode, Jesse.
Ah!
Today's episode is also a memorial episode for the passing of Total Biscuit, died 2 days ago. You guys ever heard of him?
Nope.
He's the Twitch. He's also a Twitch emote. He's the LOL emote, the capital L undercase U, capital L. I haven't seen much of him, but I know him. Well, one mostly from Twitch. So, and kind of through Vinesauce too, but
yeah, he's one of the reasons this podcast even exists.
Inspiration?
Kind of. He used to own or manage a channel called back in 2008-2009 called WoW Radio, and part of WoW Radio was a World of Warcraft podcast called But Wait There's Lore. And he was like the manager of that radio station, and that was a program on that. Later on, they broke off and made their own channel and stuff. They continued the podcast till about 2013. 2013 was when they stopped doing their podcast. I was a fan for a long time, and during the last season, they were starting to hire people to help with the show. And one of the things they was hiring was a technical producer, or someone that could use at the time XSplit. So I volunteered, and they taught me the XSplit basics, and well. Then that channel died, and I used my knowledge that I learned there to start my own podcast. But that never happened. That podcast never existed. And that podcast never existed. It wasn't for Total Biscuit's WoW Radio.
wow.
So indirectly, he helped start this podcast.
So what was the original intent that you had when you started the podcast?
What do you mean?
Like, what did you think that the podcast was going to serve its purpose for? Like, what did you want it to be about exactly when you originally started it?
Basically, it was just me and my friend Mike at the time talking about what's happening. The same thing we're doing today.
Oh, so it it hasn't changed?
Not really, just more guests and more reliable guests. Something has changed. More reliable co-stars. Yeah, first episode was just about the Xbox One, and I ranting about it.
Wait, first episode was Xbox One?
Yeah.
I thought your podcast started way before that.
Xbox One was like 4 or 5 years ago, Adam.
Well, yeah, but it's kind of a shock to me because I seriously thought it was way longer than that, but I guess not.
I mean, we're on season 6, so 4 to 5 years ago isn't that too far-fetched?
Yeah, we were talking about at the time. At least the rumor was that you couldn't have Xbox One working without internet connection. At the time I didn't have internet connection.
Oh yeah. So many
that?
people were angry. So many people were angry about that.
Sparrow, you're having problems with your internet still? Well, if you haven't done so already, you could try restarting your router. Other than that, try doing a test and see what comes up. And if it doesn't come up as what your plan says, then you probably should call your provider or something.
Yeah, at the time, my internet was just my laptop at McDonald's. So, I thought I could buy an Xbox to McDonald's and played it on my laptop.
You were working
That
at
actually
McDonald's
was
at
my
that time, right?
What?
You were working at McDonald's at that time, weren't you?
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to get my first job this summer.
Same.
Quote unquote on try to.
But yeah. So you guys didn't know Total Biscuit at all, or his work?
I feel like I've heard of him before, but like many years ago. I don't recall ever watching him though.
Like I said, a bit about him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said, I know a bit about him, but not that much. So.
He also had another podcast that was on his channel called the Co-Optional Podcast. It's funny. It's more a comedy podcast, and like they do animations. Somebody does animations for them. They animate the host of that podcast in cartoon form.
Wow, that's a lot of work.
Yeah. We're not popular enough to have animations of us.
Sparrow, in response with your message saying I have no idea how to mess with that router, the only thing you could really do with it is, well, physically all you could do with it is just unplug it and plug it back in. That's literally all you can do as far as I'm concerned, or at least aware of. And I mean, there's router settings that you can do, but I don't know if that would help. I mean, if your cousin knows more about it, it's probably best to ask your cousin at that point. But yeah, just you probably want to look into it.
Yeah. Snick was going to talk about how some people are like dancing on his grave already.
Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, though, he seems to be MIA.
You know, he's technically his Skype windows open.
God damn, my freaking Mario amiibo fell now has some damage.
But still, the same thing happened with people died already, and people like praising it or something, like they did with Stephen Hawkins. You know, it's like,
from what he told me, it has something to do with SJWs, and the way he described it, SJWs are in a nutshell saying, "Oh yeah, it sucks that he died, but he was a bad person." I think he said maniacal. I think Schnick said maniacal, but I don't know if that's even a word.
Anybody who dances on people's graves who think they're in the right are just straight up crazy.
Well, unless it's somebody like Hitler.
Oh yeah, unless it's like really bad person. But like, he was just a guy doing podcasts and video games. So
I think the main reason SJWs was against saying about the Gamergate thing a few years ago.
The fuck is that?
Oh, Gamergate?
Elsa Gates, Diamond Gates.
It was some,
I just showed you that one.
yeah. I think Stick knows about more than I do, but I think it was about. It was part of the Aeneas Artesian thing, where like there's not enough girls are whatever in video games and whatever, not under affiliate or whatever. I don't know what it was, but some stupid stuff, and they're bitching about it. I guess he was like, "No, you're wrong."
I just realized something. And this is like, okay, this is gonna be awkward, but in The Simpsons Hit and Run, fucking Marge is kind of an SJW towards violent video games. She went as far as going after a fucking truck carrying violent video games and running into them to fucking steal the games.
And then only played that game, and hilarity ensued.
And what's even more
in the way of finding eggs for Bart.
And what's even more intriguing about it is the fact that I was exposed to that as a kid, but didn't even know that would be an actual real life thing.
Wow. I mean, the whole thing about that too is girls have. There's always been like girls in video games. I mean, there's freaking Laura Croft, Samus, Aaron. So,
I don't know if you're on the same page as I am.
but I'm confused.
I said Marge is an I said Marge is an SJW in the Simpsons Hen Run because she goes.
I wasn't replying to you. I was replying to what King Vandalia said before. Yeah, Marge is insane. We all know Marge is insane. She's a Simpson.
Yeah, she wants you to go out and get eggs for Bart.
But yeah, he's right. Samus, Laura Croft. Of course, they play what Laura Croft is. Her she's sexualized.
Wow.
That was her comment about them. And yeah, there's girls in video games, but they're sexualized. So does it count? Or they die like Aerith from Final Fantasy VII. Yeah. But yeah, I didn't even know he had. I think I found out he had cancer a months ago. I wasn't he had that bad, and I didn't know it was that bad until I heard he passed away.
Vandalia, you got someone in chat asking a question.
Oh.
Speaking of other sad news, does anybody know Kobanermanny 456?
Oh.
No.
Oh yeah. He 2 days he died 2 days ago on the 24th.
Not Kobanermanny, freaking who we were just talking about, but Kobanermanny 456 apparently got diagnosed with Asperger's, so unfortunate.
Wait, what does that have to do with death? Or did I just not get the? Or am I not on the page?
You know, I'm just gonna stop talking because I feel like I'm making everything.
No, I think I missed like a detail that you said, and I'm like still on the death part.
He said somebody, another famous person has another disease. Somebody else famous has a disease too. He said, Asperger's disease.
Asperger's as in autism Asperger's?
Oh, never mind.
Because if that's what you're talking about, then Asperger's is not a fucking sickness.
I
know it's not. I'm trying.
Sorry.
I was just trying to say that I got diagnosed with Asperger's, and I wasn't really talking about sickness or anything like that.
Oh.
But you got really confused, so.
But yeah. Snick, you here? Hello, Snick.
Snick would have a lot to say about this.
Yeah, he said, he wanted to talk about it in the Discord chat, but apparently he's MIA.
Hopefully he's not KIA.
God damn. KIA, that's OP as fuck.
He's sleeping right now, or what? Or he's just gone? I heard him say shh earlier.
You know, she might have fallen asleep.
Alright, so... but yeah, so... Sparrow, did you know anything about him? Did you watch his content at all, or what? Or...
If Sparrow is even here still.
Or Dora, or Presidential Puppet. Do you guys know anything about Total Biscuit? You want to talk about it in chat?
This is a very lonely live stream. Oh, I heard a bit of noise from Schnick's end. Just a tiny bit. Schnicker.
Schnickerdoodle.
You're not you and you're not you and you're hungry. Grab a snick.
Grab a Schnick. Grab the nearest.
Oh, well, I guess while we wait. Oh, by the way, I forgot to talk earlier. You know that text down there at the bottom?
On the stream?
Yeah, the scrolling text.
What about it?
That's supposed to be a I think it's supposed to be a browser link and not a text link.
A browser link? What do you mean?
Like, you know, you go to open browser source.
I have
no
no idea. I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, it's not supposed to be a... Okay, alright. In OBS, there's a link to the add browser. Right?
CLR browser?
Or URL browser?
No, I said CLR.
I guess. I don't know.
Is it the thing where it was like the... Where
add browser source. Add browser source.
Okay.
That is?
Well, we have two different versions, but I think what you're talking about is CLR browser for me.
I guess.
Okay.
So that's supposed to be like a picture or something, not text.
You never told me that, but okay. And also, I don't even think you gave me a picture.
Well, it comes with automatically comes. The picture pops up when you kind of like text chat and stuff.
Like when someone donates bits.
Whatever. You'll see it when you pop it in there. The link.
Brandon.
What?
Brandon. I'm available to go over to your house on Tuesday. Does that sound fine?
Cool. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, hold on a second. I think I'm starting to... What? Oh, okay. I think I'm starting to piece together what you're trying to say. Alright.
Schnick, no. Schnick's gone.
I kicked him so I can call him back again.
Schnick is the tie.
So we get answers.
What the fuck? Oh! There's what... Okay. Wow, this makes a lot more sense now. Okay. Give me 1 second. Alright, come on.
I've been having this... okay, I'm gonna just try and throw in some time, but I've been having this weird nostalgia for Wii U. I don't know why.
There is finally!
Alright. Well... That could have been a bit more useful weeks ago, Vandalia, but... Thanks for finally telling me.
I was like, help you figure it out, but...
So you were just waiting to see if I'd noticed that something was off?
Yeah, I can't tell you everything.
Oh.
3 months later.
You're out of school. You're out of school now.
It's really bugging.
You're out of school now, Mario.
Well, all I thought it was just a simple link, like I do.
Yeah. Well, technically, it's a simple link. I gotta put down there in the chat, but not the chat, but the I guess chat too. But I guess the put it in the description area. That I can put that later on. I still need to do that, but yeah, once you bring it, the bar fills up slowly. Alright, so Snick, now that you're finally here, so what do you know about Total Biscuit and stuff?
Schnick.
Is his mic broken?
What the hell?
God dang it.
Also trying to wipe off my desk of all this fucking shit I have on it.
So much for that.
Baby sleeping.
Also, now I'm going to turn my camera on finally because I'm done eating my dinner. Hi, I'm here. not just a voice in your head.
But you are just a voice in my head.
Oh, well, that sucks. Schnick! Schnick! Schick schnick! Schick schnick! Snickers, Snickers. Schnick needs a Snickers. You're not you when you're hungry.
Yeah.
Does he need some Shrek?
He needs milk. I'm sorry. I'm never talking to you again.
Did you just say he needs milk? Wow,
No.
Jesse. Anyways, what the hell are you doing?
Some milk.
Are you sick? Are you sick? So, alright. So you want to talk about it now? You see, yeah. So you want to talk about earlier about how he was being burned already.
Yeah, I got sunburn.
Not you, Total Biscuit.
Snake,
That's bad
very
too.
unfortunate.
Sunburns do suck.
Yes.
I never tan. I just burn.
Wait. I got you roasted. Like, Schnick, what were you doing outside?
Watching an air show.
Without sunscreen,
Oh, I had the sunscreen.
doesn't that work?
Didn't work on the knees, but
Oh, so you have sunburns on your knees then?
yeah, that's the only place where it's bad. Everywhere else it's just a tan.
Yeah. I usually don't wear shorts anymore except I'm to Disney World, but yeah.
Oh, I wear the shorts because if I wore pants during the summer, I'd sweat to death.
Well, then you'd hate Phoenix with pants
With
during
pants?
summer.
Well, guess what? If I came to Phoenix, I wouldn't bring pants.
You sound like
I
you're.
didn't bring
You sound like you're very angry.
Me.
Yeah.
He
My
just
beauty
sounds
sleep
dead
is
tired.
being interrupted.
Your sleep.
My
So-
beauty sleep.
Well, do you want to stick around, or do you want to fall back to sleep, or what?
I mean, at this point, I have energy. I'll admit, I was up all day. I was woken up at like 6 in the morning. I was exhausted then. I overcame it when I had to go to the beach. I was there until like 4:30, and then I start falling asleep in the car.
Schnick, the more and more you talk, the more and more you sound like Igor.
I didn't
Sound
even
like
go to.
you or what?
Igor or Eeyore. Shit.
Yeah, Eeyore. Eeyore, not Igor.
Igor,
It's
good
what-
job,
some way-
not
Jesse.
even my birthday.
Yeah.
Not even close.
I didn't go to
That
bed.
game sucks.
I didn't go to bed until 8 a.m. Woke up at 11. Had to wake up at 11 a.m. Go to a party. Got back about 4. Slept until about 9, and then ran over to Subway to get some food, and came back here at 10 o'clock.
Time is it now?
It's 10:30, almost 11 o'clock. 11 o'clock.
Almost 11. Let's see.
It's 8:50 where
That
I'm at.
means I got rest for 1 hour and then 2 hours.
So 3 hours.
Okay.
What? No, you don't say K. What the hell? What kind of response was that? So it's been 3 hours. Okay. What the fuck?
Oh,
So
hang on a sec.
No, you.
Damn it, Jesse. I don't know why. I think that was the best fucking use of no you ever. What are you pointing at? Oh, that's what that is. The baby. I thought that was like a fucking towel because the goddamn camera was too small. After enlarging it, now it makes a lot more sense.
So Snicky, ready to talk about your subject now?
What subject?
Little Biscuit and his death.
Oh my God.
Total Biscuit's my subject? I thought it was yours.
I know, but...
No! You told me that you were gonna talk about it today, Schnick! You fucking told me this, like, yesterday!
What the hell?
You're like fucking drunk or something. Holy shit.
Well, I am like Stu Pickles from that Rugrats episode.
I think I just woke, I think I woke the baby.
Yeah, you mentioned it in the Discord chat about how... Or the Skype chat, if I can find it. It said...
No,
for Saturday,
I only wanted to mention briefly, and I do mean briefly, one aspect of the Total Biscuit story.
Okay, then.
Which was your topic?
The only thing that I wanted to mention is that there were some radical SJWs that were celebrating his death.
Oh.
They were they were extremist SJWs that were basically calling him the freaking devil because he dared to defy Anita during the whole Gamergate thing.
Yeah.
Well, not just Anita, like basically they were claiming he was freaking a misogynistic prick and like other things only because he was one of the heads of the whole anti-SJW movement.
Well,
and they were basically just... And the thing is, I'm not going to point out specific SJWs who said those things, because the thing is, they were only saying it for attention. And the truth of the matter is, more and more I've begun to realize that when an SJW does something stupid, you shouldn't really point them out or name them or do anything. Because the truth of the matter is, all they want is the attention.
See, Adam, Marge only wanted attention when she ran over that stuff.
They want
She
the
only
attention,
wanted to
they
get
want
her
their
eggs.
5 minutes of fame, which is why they do it. They love pissing people off. They love doing that stuff. So, acknowledging them as little as possible is what you kind of have to try to do.
so do you watch any of his content at all? Or do you know anything about
Like a very long time ago, I saw some anti-copyright bullshit.
Like, what was that about?
Like how we got false copyright claims.
Oh.
That was about
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Hang on a sec. Oh, by the way, I also wanted to say one more thing about that stupid Gamergate movement. You know, I didn't recognize what the truth of it was until I read the article in the Crappy Games Wiki.
Cool. So what was it?
Essentially, the movement was started when basically people realized that there were some critics for games that were basically being bribed into giving shitty indie games good reviews only because the developers, like, it all started through an indie developer called Zoe Quinn, who was one of the big name SJWs. Funny thing is, pretty much she never gets mentioned anymore, so I think the fame she got from the frickin' thing hasn't been exhausted.
That when Anita hijacked it for her purposes?
Well, yeah, Anita definitely hijacked it away. And even then, Anita is not even relevant anymore, but she fights to try and stay relevant.
But 'tis inevitable.
'tis inevitable that she will be nothing but... Like it now, she'll just be nothing.
Fucking
She'll be
nothing trash.
Yeah, but the whole point is, the movement started when... Basically, so Zoe Quinn made a game that apparently a lot of people found to be shit. But somehow her game was getting a lot of positive reviews. Until it was found she was sleeping with the critics, giving it positive reviews.
Wow.
Wow. That's like lowest.
Yeah, she slept with the critic, at least one critic that gave it a good review. Though, not sure if she slept with like a whole bunch of them or if it was just a handful of people. All I know is that she was basically bribing people to give her game good reviews. She was probably like, "Oh, hello everybody, I made a game about depression."
If you don't give it good review, I will not let you suck. So...
So, essentially, when a lot of people, like when a lot of fans of games found out about this, they got pissed off. Especially since they found out this kind of bribery was actually kind of common. So, Zoe Quinn, alongside other SJW developers like Brianna Wu, they ended up turning around the whole situation and basically tried to bury the fact that they were bribing critics to give them false, good, positive reviews. And they turned it around and claimed that they were being attacked just because they were women. And to an extent, the movement worked at first. The major press websites believed them.
If we were a guy sleeping with game development, you wouldn't care, because we're women sleeping with game development. You care.
This hurts. This hurts.
Oh God, my brain hurts.
Oh, trust me, and you know it's funny. Brianna Wu herself was probably one of the least relevant of the major SJWs, since the thing is, she's never even gotten mentioned in years.
Damn.
Pretty much the only recent thing she did, she was interviewed for a freaking documentary series called The Internet Ruined My Life, which the show in itself was a huge missed potential because pretty much all they interviewed was radical SJWs like them. Or, well actually, wait a sec. Not necessarily, like there were a couple of radical SJWs that were just liars trying to get away with stupid things they did. Like, for instance, I remember there was one woman, I forget her name, she apparently responded to the death of a police officer with a laughing emoji, and she kept saying, "Oh, I meant to put the crying emoji, but no one believes me. Wow, the internet is so evil." But in reality, people that actually kept track of her social media posts noticed that she really did hate the police and loved relishing in any bad things that happened to them.
Wow.
She only relishes.
And then there were other people that just did stupid things. Like, apparently there was one guy who was working his job at Taco Bell or something, and then he decided to film a prank video where he grabbed a bottle of Mountain Dew and someone was recording him, and he was pouring the bottle of Mountain Dew into a freaking thing of nachos, and the way he positioned it, he wanted it to look like he was pissing into the nachos.
What the fuck?
What is wrong?
He posted to social media saying, "Hey, look guys, I was pissing in nachos that I was selling at my job."
Why would you do that? Thank God.
How to lose your job.
Hey guys,
He did
look
lose his
what I
job,
did, right?
actually, for pretty obvious reasons. And the people that watch the damn episodes, he's saying, "Feel bad for me. I lost my job." And then people watching the episode, of course you would lose your job. Speaking of soda, I actually got myself a bottle of Pepsi from the freaking beach.
Pepsi
so
Man?
I might go and get
Oh,
it from the
Pepsi,
fridge.
Pepsi Fire.
Oh no.
Pepsi Fire.
Not that gross shit.
Oh, speaking of Pepsi Fire, here's my freaking sunburn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and you want to see my tan line?
Tan line?
No. Snake, no.
Oh my god.
I can't even
It
tell.
is not visible.
Oh
I'm
wait.
sorry.
Oh, I kind of
But-
see
but-
it.
Yeah. But
Oh
before,
yeah, see, look, this is a lot more white, and then this is just red.
yeah,
Oh,
but before we
God.
go on, apparently he died of metabolized bowel cancer. That's what killed him.
I mean, didn't Total Biscuit say that his cancer ran in the family?
I don't know much about the details of the cancer. Yeah.
I mean,
so,
because I think there are some cancers that are genetic.
Oh yeah, I think they are too. Like breast cancer, like breast cancer. I think genetic. But yeah, he'll
Yeah, like, I know some, like, diseases can be inherited from the parents. Like,
was it alcoholism?
alcoholism, I don't think that's a disease. That's just, a condition. Because you drink too much.
I thought that was.
The ice cream runs in the family.
I heard that was genetic. I heard that might have been genetic. Like if your parents have it, you might have a chance of getting it too.
Alcoholism. I'm not sure what it is, but I do know that with something that has to do with alcohol, there is some kind of genetic thing where, like, fucking, okay, normally, from what I was told, normally, if you drink too much, you pass out, but some people, if they drink, they just get more energy, so they don't pass out easily. Which means that you can have
I guess it
experiences where
depends.
someone will drink so much, like if you give them enough alcohol or beers, then they could go for fucking days and nights straight without sleep.
I think it's.
I wanted to say something about that, actually. I just realized. At least one survivor of the Titanic went down with the ship and was in the water with all the other people that were freezing to death. But because he happened to be drinking a whole lot of alcohol, his body temperature was a lot warmer than normal, which allowed him to safely either stay on a piece of debris and not freeze to death, and he was one of the only survivors to be picked up by boat.
Yeah. I think.
That in the James Cameron movie, they depict that survivor as being the ship's baker, who I think actually did survive. I'm not sure if it was because of the alcohol, though.
Yeah, I don't know any alcoholics in my family, so I can't really tell if this is true or not. But like I heard that they sometimes that you drink to forget your problems, but it's not working, so you drink more, like, and then till you can't stop drinking. But
I
yeah,
don't
So-
have no problem. 'Cause I
so-
don't like.
So, in other words, they'll just keep drinking, or
yeah,
Did I?
because they're like, oh, it's not helping. Maybe more will help.
as
I
in, like,
don't
it's
have-
not affecting them?
I don't know. Every time they have a problem or something, they go to drugs or alcohol.
Oh my god,
I'd look it up
that.
exactly
I have full
to see.
batteries. Let's go on a quest.
Let's see. Let's see.
Brandon,
I'm gonna Google this, bitch.
let's go on a quest.
But anyways, ultimately, rest in peace, Total Biscuit, or otherwise known as the Cynical Brit or Total Halibut, different names. But yeah,
Hey, I found out he was living in the United States when he died.
You'll be missed. Your comedy will be missed, but don't worry, YouTube and Twitch will make sure you'll live forever in reruns.
Just like Angry Grandpa, see?
Do you die of old age or anything, or cancer, or what?
Hereditary.
Angry Grandpa? No, he died of cirrhosis.
Oh.
If you don't know what cirrhosis is, basically your liver gets fucked up. His liver got fucked up due to years of heavy drinking.
Back to alcohol, back to that drinking again.
Yeah. And as a result, he got constant fluid buildup in his liver that had to be constantly drained, so he was in and out of the hospital, and he kept having chances where he wouldn't survive the night. And he kept doing better with medication, but then probably because he just felt like it was time for him to die, he then began to stubbornly not take his medication. And when Pickle Boy became insistent on taking him home, he eventually died at his home. But truth of the matter is, maybe it was for the better, because it probably would have just been a couple more years of suffering.
Yeah, some people like that.
Even if they would have kept him alive more.
Some people just want to die in their house rather than being kept alive, like a living will thing.
Yeah, that is a whole debate in its own right.
Which we referenced on a...
Is being mischievous.
I think we referenced that on the Suicide podcast.
Now that I stand up, everybody now that I'm standing up, now everything is bleh.
Let's see, question. Okay.
Is it Gordon?
It says, here's the thing, reference. It says, how can you...
There we go.
How can you what?
There we go. Wait, look
how
at
can
that
you know
guy.
if a person is an alcoholic?
If they drink alcohol.
Wow. But Jesse, is it
Baby, what I got?
beer, alcoholic beverages, or rubbing alcohol?
Yeah, let's get your blessing. Yeah, let's get your... There, you blessed my drink.
Gasoline.
Gasoline?
That's a robot's version of alcohol.
No, it would be oil. Well, I mean, it could be both, I guess.
I will boil you in oil.
No, gasoline is the beer, and oil is whatever else.
Wine.
Gasoline is the beer.
Well, I mean, it could be wine, it could be rum, it could be whiskey, whatever the fuck it is.
Gasoline is the beer!
What the fuck?
I think I just pissed off my dog.
Uh-oh, redneck time. Redneck mode has been activated.
I'm drinking my Pepsi, no more redneck mode.
Man.
Pepsi snake.
Oh no.
Oh, speaking of something else, yesterday I saw the Muppet movie.
Which one? Like the from the 80s?
Original, because I got all of them. Because I wanted to see all of them. The one moment I was not expecting was when freaking Big Bird had a cameo.
Oh, but here's what the thing says according to that article. I'm not sure or not.
What about Toll Biscuit's death again?
Oh, talking about alcoholism now.
Oh, we are?
Is how we were.
I thought we just ended that.
Yeah.
We probably did, but I was looking for articles about it, and I found a thing about what.
Retro design, same great Pepsi taste.
Says someone with a high. This is the article in the turn. It says. The question was, how can you know if a person is an alcoholic? And according to this, it says people who have problems in relationships at school or at work are related to drinking have crossed the line from abuse to alcoholism. But, when a person consumes alcohol regularly, the brain adapts to permit more into the body without entering intoxication. The purpose of this is to avoid poisoning. The effects is that drinkers need more alcohol to gain the same effects. Some alcoholic drinks specify quantities without a sensation of intoxication. At some point, they start wanting to drink to gain a feeling of normalcy. People who can drink significantly more than peers without feeling drunk or have problems with remembering the things they did while drinking are likely need to talk to someone about the condition.
So in other words, they build a tolerance.
There.
I guess an alcoholic often wakes up shaky and sweaty and feels nervous when he is not drinking. Failure to drink at night makes it more difficult for him to get sleep. He might want to cut back on his drinking, but his cravings do not allow him to do so for long. He might stop doing other activities to give him more time to drink. Even when the emotional, physical, personal, and legal consequences start to pile up, he keeps wanting to drink.
So in other words, alcoholism, the thing where your body basically treats alcohol like a drug.
You want drugs?
Basically.
Oh, wait. So, can I go back to the Muppet movie real quick?
Sure.
So, yeah, one thing I was not expecting was freaking Big Bird's cameo.
I'm going to Broadway.
Well, I mean...
No, like freaking Kermit and... Kermit and Fozzie are, like, driving towards Hollywood because they're on a road trip to get a Hollywood career. So they stop, but they drive by Big Bird, who's just walking on the road in the opposite direction. And then Kermit's like, "Oh, hi there, we're going to Hollywood. Want to come with us?" And Big Bird's like, "No, I'm going to start a career in television."
Oh my God, Big Bird created Sesame Street.
Like, I'm going to New York. I think he said, "I'm going to New York." Or Broadway or something like that.
Well, I think he definitely said he was starting a career in television.
Yeah.
You should have fucking came along.
I mean, I think the movie was made like on the 10th anniversary of Sesame Street. And the thing is, both Sesame Street and Muppets are done by the same...
Jim Henson.
Yeah, they were both done by Jim Henson. In fact, Kermit was frequently crossing over with Sesame Street in its earlier years, but not anymore.
Yeah, I remember that. I never heard part of the thing is he was a reporter. He did news reports.
Oh, okay.
In the early days of Sesame
See,
Street.
I never saw a lot of the earlier Sesame Street episodes, so...
Technically, I never saw the earlier ones either. I had to watch it until the early.
Yeah, like the only real way to watch the earlier ones is to get what's called the Sesame Street Old School DVDs. In fact, they're marketed specifically for adults because I guess they're not really family friendly by today's standards.
And mainly because the adults are the ones watching them 20 years ago or 30 years ago as kids.
Yeah.
Did you know apparently?
Yes.
Do you know apparently when HBO bought Sesame Street, that's so weird to me, that they fired a lot of the human cast?
Well, yeah, apparently when HBO acquired the series, they freaking got rid of most of the original cast members that had been on since, like, the 70s. Like, they got rid of, like, most of the cast members that came on, like, in the 70s, the 80s, and even a lot of the ones from the 90s. Basically, it seems that their reasoning more or less amounted to, oh, these people are old. We don't need these old people teaching kids now. We need smartphones and tablets teaching kids.
Technology taking jobs, apparently.
But
apparently so.
We need
Teletubbies. All I know is that those cast members were not happy to be let go. But
that's still weird to me, though, that now only rich kids can learn now, because HBO is pretty much, you can't get HBO unless you're, like, paying, like, $50 extra on your cable bill.
Well, pretty much I guess I live in a rich area, because everybody I know has HBO.
Well, I don't have HBO.
I have HBO.
Anymore.
Apparently you can get HBO on Hulu now. Apparently you can get HBO as an addition to Hulu now.
Yeah, there is an HBO subscription on Hulu. I don't know if you can get Game of Thrones or anything, but the thing is, I don't even watch Game of Thrones. So I don't care.
That honestly sounds really stupid. Oh, hey, I want Hulu to watch HBO. Oh, I just bought my Hulu subscription. Oh, sorry, kid. If you want HBO, you not only got to pay Hulu subscription, You gotta pay our subscription too, motherfucker. That's like saying, oh, to play World of Tanks on the Xbox consoles, you have to pay the subscription for online still. Fuck you.
Anyways, I have an announcement. Here's a new stream layout that I created when I was tired, so.
For what? The podcast or what?
Nice.
Yep.
I like it.
For the podcast?
Oh, I like
the
it.
podcast.
I do wish we had individual windows still, but that looks cool.
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay. Let's throw my webcam there. Let me see this.
There's baby.
Just a slightly
yes,
updated.
Skype, I know.
design.
Hold on a second.
Oh, by the way, I know that another thing I know that about the Muppet movies is that they tend to feature a lot of cameos from celebrities. Here's the ironic thing. Even with the more recent movies, it's funny. Most of the cameos I recognized were actually in the original.
Yeah, Mario's not really the. Sorry.
It felt like a lot of the celebrities in the more recent movies I didn't recognize. For some reason. Like, there were definitely ones I recognized, but, like, let's see. You know what, I'm actually going to look up the list.
I'm gonna be back for a second. I'm gonna go eat a grilled cheese real fast, so I'll be back.
Oh, no, you're going to have a yummy cheeseburger.
Cheeseburger song. Oh, by the way, Stick, I told my sister about your ice cream story.
You mean the one where my uncle chucked it out the window?
Yeah.
What'd she think?
Right. That was so funny. We're talking about how some kids, you know, don't have I guess some kids are brats and stuff. Like, oh, my friend told me about the story about how he was a brat as a kid.
Oh, God.
Because we saw a Happy Meal on the ground outside on the park in the middle of the street, you know, just smashed there, like a whole box of everything and fries and stuff. Because birds were around there eating it in the middle of the road. Like, he's like, I guess somebody looked on the roof, or whatever, and you know it fell off, or I said, or somebody's parents just threw it out the window because the kids were being a brat. So my friend told me a story about what happened to him one time with ice cream and sprinkles.
Holy shit! I just freaking realized something. One of the human actors in freaking the first Muppet movie was the guy who played the stuttering lawyer in My Cousin Vinny. That's amazing.
I think the most famous Muppet movie, I think, was at the time was Muppets Take Manhattan.
Muppets Take Manhattan? And that's funny. That's one of the only Muppet movies that Disney does not own.
Really?
Like, yeah, like, essentially, so, the original movie and the Great Muppet Caper were distributed by some Jim Henson-related company, but then later on, Disney acquired them. But because Muppets Take Manhattan actually got a big-name distributor, in this case, it was either TriStar or Columbia, both owned by Sony. Somehow, through a loophole, Sony kept the rights to the movie even after Disney acquired the Jim Henson company.
I think he sold it to him before he died, or when he died.
Yeah, like, so through a loophole, Sony still owns the rights to the Muppet movies they distributed, which were Muppets Take Manhattan, Muppets from Space, and some shitty direct-to-video movie where Kermit was a kid in the swamp.
That's weird, because I thought Muppets Went to Space was after Disney bought it.
Yeah, it is weird. Like, somehow Muppets from Space got distributed by Sony. Because it is definitely not owned by Disney.
I think the movie I remember the most, I watched the most as a kid was the Muppet Christmas Carol.
Yeah, I actually out of all the movies, only Muppet Christmas Carol I had ever seen, because it was shown to me in, I think, a 5th grade. In 5th grade, just as a little Christmas thing.
One of the songs in that movie is one of the songs I sang for my Christmas December thing.
Which song was it?
It Feels Like Christmas. It's the song that the Ghost Christmas Present sang with Scrooge during the movie.
I think the only song I remember is the one when, like, you know how in the actual Christmas Carol story, like, freaking Scrooge gets visited by his deceased partner Marley, and then in the freaking Muppet Christmas Carol, they got the 2 old guy Muppets too. Instead, it's the Marley brothers.
Yes, Walford and Stanford.
I only vaguely remember their song, and that's it.
The other song I remember was the beginning song.
And the baby is getting very impatient.
Does he want to be a guest star?
I think he wants to be a guest star. You know what? Fuck this. Let's go.
The baby.
La hamburguesa sabrosa.
Boy. Well, anyways, what I was gonna say is, surprisingly, in the original movie, I recognize a lot of the cameos. You get freaking Dom DeLuise, you get James Coburn, that one guy who played Blofeld in James Bond. You get Milton Berle, Bob Hope, Richard Pryor, Steve Martin, Mel Brooks, Cloris Leachman, and freaking Orson Welles plays the Hollywood producer that Muppets meet with at the end.
Orson Welles?
No,
Yeah.
no,
Well, I'm trying to turn this freaking camera around so that baby can get his appearance. Good boy. Boy!
By the way, when
want?
I can say
What do
La
you
hamburguesa
want?
sabrosa, that
want? You know what, boy? Come on. No, let's grab the Pepsi, and now we're gonna go upstairs. I have to mute the TV, and then baby's gonna do his crying upstairs. Come on.
Yeah. That topic.
God.
I do like the prototype for the new background, even though technically Mario's not the host. He's like the.
All right, I have to. Now I gotta mute this TV because he's watching Food Network now.
Mario's like
There, I muted it.
Like the producer, I guess, but yeah.
But I don't know what to call it because I knew that you were the host. I just didn't know what to put down for Mario's webcam. So
True. Yeah. It was a lot easier when we were separate, had separate windows. But
Well,
but yeah,
like
but
for labeling?
people kept on changing their cameras on and off, up and down, left and right, and Mario got sick of it. Like Mario was like, screw this, boom, there we go.
Yeah, it is easier because then I don't have to fucking constantly readjust shit. Because Skype is just unpredictable, so I'm like, fuck it. You know what? If Skype wants to do this all the time, why not just have the whole window captured?
My dad and my
Because it wasn't just
his brother are still outside talking, and it's like
it wasn't just Skype. People like I said, people were like camera vertical, camera horizontal, vertical, horizontal, vertical, horizontal, on, off, on, off, on, off.
Oh, someone joined and someone left. Someone joined, someone left. I mean, that didn't happen as often, but it did happen. And it wouldn't mess up the thing, too. So.
or freaking the camera would just decide to turn on its own, like when I'm playing Animal Crossing.
Yeah,
Boy.
that too.
Oh, you want to play? Want to play, boy?
Oh, Schnick said the foreboding words.
Want to play?
Oh, so
He said Playboy.
Yo, webcam, turn around. Thank you. All right. Want to play?
Snick's got the dick screen. Like,
Oh, he's not interested now.
yeah, Snick's camera is like boom. Like he's the star of the show. Like doggy star, not baby star of the show.
Yeah, we gotta have the little tiny baby blown up to proportion. Uh-oh.
There he is.
Explosion.
Is baby gonna lick camera?
La
Baby.
camera.
Mario, you're gonna play shitty RPG today.
I don't know.
Why not?
Did you? By the way, did you beat race mode already?
Me?
Yeah, or did you quit?
No, I haven't streamed that game for a while.
No, you need to stream Shitty RPG now.
Speaking of CRPG, how is now that you're out of college? How's Scrimp going?
Fine, I suppose. I have to get into full drive still.
What the hell, Jesse?
$1 for Merlin.
We all fucking heard that. Like,
Does anybody else have something to talk about, or is it gonna be a short podcast today?
I'm really want Mario to play Shitty RPG.
Nick, before we go, you have Dilly Onion?
No, you.
Like a Dilly, maybe a high school onion, or a middle school onion, or a elementary school onion, or another college onion.
I remember when I was on the beach
twist-
today, I remember the story of me being a brat, but I forgot what happened.
Ah, damn.
Like, I remember the story, but now I don't know what it was. Now the baby is sleeping.
Uh-oh. Schnick can't react to Shitty RPG if baby sleep.
You're going to be seeing this next week.
Well, I guess our Daily Onion will have to wait for next week then, I guess. So we need a subject real fast before we go? Any last minute subjects?
No.
Alright, so I guess it's a short episode today.
Wow.
Basically we kept the two topics and we talked about it. That's fair for this podcast. Anyways, this podcast was brought to you by Mountain Dew Game Fuel. They're not sponsors unless you wanna be. Give us money. Anyway,
fill that $300 bar on the bottom.
Now Mountain Dew and G Fuel will never sponsor us ever.
We're profitable.
Anyways, what we learned today? Well, we learned that SJWs are still bitches and assholes.
Oh, and now we're not profitable because we cussed.
Oops. I showed
Well, when you get
Network by accident.
another thing we learned was when you get sunburnt in the knees, you become really tired.
No, the
And
sunburn has
sunscreen-
nothing to do with the tiredness.
It has everything to do with tiredness, and also sunscreen doesn't work when you
No.
put it on knees.
Work down here.
It didn't work on the knees.
And finally, again, rest in peace to Little Biscuit. You'll be missed. And for those who are dancing on his grave, you're all assholes. Anybody that dies, you're happy that he died, unless you're like happy because they're in afterlife or something, I guess, and they're in paradise. I guess that's fine. I don't know. But yeah, if you're happy they're dead and willing about it, you need help. All right.
Happy and you know it, don't clap your hand.
All right. So.
No, you.
We'll see you all next Tuesday. Hopefully, I'll remember to talk to my guest star so that they can make an appearance. And we'll have a guest star next week, hopefully. Anyways, never stop learning and enjoy the rain on this. We'll see you then. Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.